Okay, guys, I am coming to you today because I wanted to take this opportunity to explore with you, of course, the meaning behind two things. This would be the pigeon, spirit animal, and or totem, and also the number 811. So, of course, today when I walked out of the building, of course, I um, saw that there was a pigeon that was on the ground. And as soon as I opened the door, it actually flew up to the branch on the tree. And so immediately when this happened, I knew that there was a meaning or something that I was going to take away from this particular animal. Because, of course, everything around us, there's always a parallel process. There's always so much to learn and explore in our environment, in our worlds, that can kind of help us, especially if we allow it and we stop, we think, we contemplate, we say thank you to God and the universe for giving us this bits and pieces of information, right? So when this particular pigeon flew up to the top branch of the tree, I thought, this must be connected to the dream that I had last night. And last night I had a dream, a delightful dream, about me having or giving birth to a newborn baby girl. Now, of course, it wasn't me actually physically giving birth. The baby was already a newborn, so I would imagine or assume maybe, you know, a week or two, no more than 3 months old, right? Newborn. And it was a baby girl, and she was beautiful. Her skin was just glowing and just beautiful and soft. And she was such a quaint, very sophisticated little girl, little child. And it was so interesting to be able to kind of share in observing her, even in my dream, because it was almost as if I was aware that I was having this particular dream, because I was very excited about experiencing her in the dream. So there was a surrealism in this particular dream. And so what I noticed that happened was that she had this very sophisticated way of communicating with me, which was more like a telepathic way of communicating. And it's almost as if she was awakened and she could talk to me and I could talk to her. And it was interesting because I thought, wow, this particular child is even more sophisticated than my practical child, the one that I actually have in this physical reality. And so I was carrying her in what you would call one of these indigenous little, carriers where they kind of wrap around your body. And I mean, of course, she was kind of, at the base of my stomach, the lower part of my stomach is where I was carrying her at one scene in the particular dream. And then, of course, the other part of the dream, she was on the right side of, well, she was laying on the right side of my leg. And of course, she was, looking up at me, and we were just kind of communicating. And she had these mannerisms that were so sophisticated as a, an infant, someone that would be, 3 months old or less, right? And so also in the background of the dream, there was my biological mother that was in the background of the dream. And what I can vaguely remember was just her being there. I don't necessarily recall her saying anything because I was mostly interacting with this particular Harmony. Of course, this would be the name that I would have given a child had I had a physical daughter in my reality, another child. I would have named her Harmony. So, what is the meaning of the pigeon spirit animal? I would say that it is giving birth to a new opportunity, to something new in your life, whether it is a child, maybe someone may become pregnant, maybe you may become pregnant, maybe you might become pregnant with a idea and or you're going to be giving birth to something in your life. Now, in the way that I analyze it in my own personal life, I can say that this is a point and stage in my life where I have personally feel like I've given birth to some of the things that I have been dreaming about many years of my life, right? So that is heartfelt because I'm very, very happy about that. And so also I wanted to share that the meaning behind the pigeon spirit animal may also be one of happiness and joy. And it primarily has more of the mothering energy and mothering instincts that would come up when you see the pigeon animal and or dove. And outside of that would of course be love. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, love. And letting us know that we are in upward movement, because of course this pigeon went from the ground to the top branch of the tree in flight, and I mean it was so graceful as it just kind of flew up. Also maybe representing grace. You may be giving birth to some ventures in your life in a very graceful way that will have a very joyous experience in your life, that you will have these feelings of love and joy because of your ability to give birth, or when you actually do give birth. So it seems like there's a very parallel meaning with the pigeon spirit animal and of course the baby that I dreamed about the night before. Now the number 811, when I looked it up, if I can recall correctly, that particular number was also about giving birth to some new ventures. So I would say that that also is in alignment with where we are right now. If you're seeing the pigeon animal, pigeon spirit animal, and of course, if you're seeing the number 811, that means that you're actually making a shift and transitioning into something that is taking you to that next level, right? So that's a good thing. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that this has been a tremendous benefit and blessing to you. And of course, I will see you in your next video.